Shalom, shalom, peace and blessings to the 12 tribes scattered worldwide. And as always, I want to say, call Halor Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushua, Ba'Shem Rakakadash. That's all praises to the Heavenly Father, the name of His only begotten Son, through the Holy Spirit. I want to give double honors and salutations to the elders and leaders of Yasharallah that push and teach this truth and sincerity. I also want to say shalom to the 1/3. A great multitude, they consist of the men, women, and children that believe wholeheartedly on the scriptures, working out your own salvation with fear and trembling. I want to say shalom to you. I titled this lesson, Afflictions of the Righteous. Right? We have to remember that as the elect of the Most High, we are going to go through tribulation, afflictions, things in our body, our flesh, spiritual things, just overall afflictions and trials. Okay, that is part of prophecy, even as a body. The closer we get to the return of Yahushua, we have to go through something called Jacob's trouble. But even before that, okay, you got brothers every day, brothers and sisters in our everyday walk, day-to-day life, we're going through various forms of affliction. Okay, what is very important for you to remember, though, this affliction is a sign. It's simply a token that the Spirit of the Lord is resting upon us. All right. Some of us catch hell, go through things, certain form of chastisement now, so we won't be condemned with the world. Okay. The world has it totally opposite. Christianity has it confused. Okay. Well, tribulation, hardship, affliction, well, the Lord can't be with you. No, it's the opposite. Okay, the more you look at the prophets of old, the disciples themselves, okay, part of the way they knew, or the main sign that the Spirit of the Lord was resting upon them, was because of the afflictions they would suffer specifically for the name of Yahushua, for their faith, for their righteous walk. Okay, following the Lord, those afflictions serves as tests, growth, to show that you're growing, maturing in the Spirit. How does the Lord know you're ready to go from glory to glory? Okay, it shows by our faith, the growth of our faith on how we endure tribulation, how we endure these afflictions. Okay, how do we react in the midst of the trials, the chaos, the afflictions? Okay, that lets the Lord know whether we're worthy or not. So we're coming into that time, okay, as a body. Okay, great tribulation is at the door. But even like I say, right now, prior to that, okay, this is important for us to know, to hold on, hold fast our faith and continue to grow. All right. And that's all these afflictions serve as a token of, to show that the Lord is actually with us. All right. So let's get Psalms 34:19. It says, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivered them out of them all. So not just a few, it says many are the afflictions of the righteous. Okay, we're going to go through a multitude, many different, various sorts of afflictions. But know in the midst of it all, the Lord is with us. He's going to deliver us out of them all. We got the victory in the end. All right, so we could be clear. Let's look up afflictions. So let's go to our blue letter. So we're looking at this word affliction. It says bad, evil, bad, disagreeable, malignant, bad, unpleasant, evil, pain, unhappiness, misery, evil, displeasing, bad of its kind. Okay, so all of these things, bad, worse, worse than, worse, unhappy, sad, evil, hurt. Okay, so this is not good. This is negative. All of this has to do with a negative confrontation. Okay, the suffering, bad, worse, evil. Okay, these are things that the righteous would experience. Let's go back and read that again. Psalms 34:19. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivered him out of them all. So we are going to go through many different things. You just fill in the blanks. Okay, we serving the Lord, whatever we're suffering, dealing with, going through, all of that falls under afflictions. Many different afflictions, but the Lord is going to deliver us from all. All right. John 16:33. These things I have spoken unto you, that in me you might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. So this is Yahweh Shah speaking to his disciples as well as all the believers on down to the day. The word was written for our comfort and understanding. So he said, hey, in this world we going to have tribulation, trouble, hardship. Okay, very similar, same thing as affliction. You're going to go through things. We're going to have tribulation in this world, but be of good cheer, because what Yahweh Shah say, I've overcome the world. We have the victory if we keep faith. All right. This is 1 Peter 1:5. Let's start at 6. It says, wherein ye greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, you are in heaviness through manifold temptations. So manifold temptations, meaning what? Multiple, many different trials, many different afflictions, hardship, lots of evil. It said, wherein you greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, you are in heaviness through manifold temptation, that the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, it might be found into praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahweh Shah Mashiach. So why do we go through these afflictions, these trials and tribulation and things that we're going through in our personal life as believers? It's strengthening our faith. It's strengthening our faith for the time to come. We're going to have faith that's out of this world to endure some of the tribulation and trials and things that's going to befall this earth. So all of your Lord is all he using it for is to build up our faith, make us stronger. Notice what verse 7 says, that the trial of your faith, being much more precious than gold that perish, though it be tried with fire, might be found into praise and honor. Okay, so the Lord tries our faith. That fire represents what? Those different various forms of trials that he send us through it and we go through that mature us. Part of being baptized through his Holy Spirit comes with that what? That's that baptism of the fire. It's going to put you through those trials, through the furnace, but he's promised to bring us out like fine gold if we endure and keep the faith. All right, look at, let's get Isaiah 40:18. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. So instead of being put in a physical furnace of fire, just like a goldsmith, ancient times, he making those precious golds, refining diamonds, whether it's a samurai sword. Okay, you have to burn it with the fire, beat it. Okay, well, the Lord is doing that to us spiritually. He's trying us in the furnace of affliction. Let me read that again. Behold, I have refined thee. If you're refining something, you're making it better. You're making it perfect. You're perfecting it. I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. So part of our trial, we have to go through that furnace of affliction. Everything we deal with and go through, if you look at it from a spiritual perspective, understand what the Lord is doing. He's using it to grow, mold, and shape us into those perfect vessels. All right. Sirach and Apocrypha. This is Sirach 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. So right off the back, he's saying, if you're going to serve the Lord, the one true God of the Bible, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and his only begotten son, Yahweh Shah Mashiach, prepare your soul for temptation. You have to be tried. Verse 2, sit thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. So that's huge. A lot of people miss this. Cleave unto him. that you may be increased at your last end. So there's a process, just like a refining process. We got to go through the trial, we go through the fire. But if we stay faithful on the other end, at the end of it, okay, even though it's uncomfortable, none of us like to be tried, tested, go through things. Our flesh hate it. The spirit man understand it, but our flesh kicks against it. But if we endure, that's what it said. Look at the end of verse 3. Cleaving to him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. When it's all said and done, the Lord is going to increase us. Verse 4, whatsoever is brought up on thee, take cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. Now look at this. Here we go again. Verse 5, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Gold is tried in the fire, and it says acceptable men. Okay, are you acceptable or not? Acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. So if you're going to be accepted in the eyes of the Lord, is found worthy and accepted, we all have to go through a form of trial, through adversity, through that fire, that furnace of adversity. Okay, that's very unpleasant to our flesh. Okay, but the Lord has promised if we endure the process, okay, it's going to be for our betterment. Let's look at, let's get James now. James 1:1. Let's start at 2. This is James chapter 1, verse 2. It says, my brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations. Same thing, diverse. Many different forms. Sometimes we say, man, why the hell am I going through all of this? If ain't one thing is another, this happened the other day, this last month, this diverse. Not just one thing, okay? You're righteous, if you're chosen, okay? The Lord is, you're going to know it's going to be many different things. It says, my brethren, count it all joy when you fall in diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience, but let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire and wanting nothing. See? This is 1 Peter 5. 1 Peter 5 and 6. Humble yourselves therefore under the mighty hand of Yahweh, that he may exalt you in due time. Verse 7, cast all your cares upon him, for he cared for you. Be sober, be vigilant, because of your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walking about seeking who he may devour. Resist him, stand fast in the faith. That's the key. Hold on, stand fast in this faith, knowing the same afflictions accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. So you're not the only one going through it. The other brothers and sisters in the faith, they dealing with similar afflictions. See, those demons like to isolate us. Satan like to get in our mind and make it like, oh, you the only one. You know, going through something unknown to man. Nobody else knows what you going through or been through. That's a lie, according to what we're reading. See? Verse 9 again, who stand fast in the faith, knowing that the same affliction are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. But the God of all grace, who had called us into his eternal glory by Mashiach Yahushua, listen to this now, after ye have suffered for a while, make you perfect, establish, strengthen, and settle you. Okay, after you suffered for a while, that's the key. That's the refining process. After we've been through it a while, the Lord knows exactly how long to keep us in that fiery furnace. Okay, that spiritual fiery furnace. He knows just how much pressure, just how much heat we could take before we're destroyed or consumed. Okay, but he knows just, he's not going to take us out too early, because what? You won't be refined enough. If he leave us in there too long, he know that. That's not for us to determine. Oh, Lord, I can't take it. No, I can't do this no more. It's too much. It's too overbearing. I quit up. I quit. No, that's not for you to decide. You stand fast. The Lord know how much you could take. See? That's why I say 1 Corinthians 10:13. Now, we all feel like that when we going through it. Damn, I can't take too much more of this. I'm about to break. No. Stay faithful. Long as you stay within the Lord go have his hand. He know how much we could take and what we can't. So this is 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. It says, there had no temptation taken you, but such is uncommon to man. But Yahweh is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that which you are able, but will with the temptation also make a way of escape that you may be able to bear it. Okay, so the Lord knows how much we could take. He's not going to put too much on us that we can't bear it. It may seem like we can't bear it, but if we stay in the spirit, give it to the Lord, cast those cares up on him, he's going to sustain us. All right. Let's look at, let's go to Matthew 24:9. Because this is something as a body, okay, we got to be building our faith. Another reason why the Lord allow us to go through these things before his coming, because even as a body, as a whole, okay, the body is about to soon be tested. You identify as Israel or Israelite, okay, according to scripture, Jacob's trouble, okay, we're going to be targeted, lied upon everything, okay. The Lord said you be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Well, we're close to entering into that time. All right. So this is Matthew 24:9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. Offended, why? Because of this word. Okay, a lot of people don't like that spirit that's on us that believe, that identify with Israel, because the Lord has put a certain spirit on us to where what? We don't care what others think. We're going to stand for truth regardless. Okay, we don't care about being isolated in a way. The Lord has a king type spirit on us. Okay, a king can stand on his own, he falls on his own. As long as we have the spirit of the Lord. All right, a lot of people here, they see how we move, we act. A lot of people is offended. You don't go along with the get along. You're not politically correct. Okay, so because of this word, we coming into a time, a lot of people been offended. Okay, your ages, people with watch. Okay, people, some probably watching now, whatever. When there's time coming that we're approaching into, they're ready. Okay, oh, this is one, or he believe this or believe that. Okay, John, let me get Matthew 10:17. It says, beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues, and ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. And that's a telltale sign. The people that's going to be delivered up are going to be delivered up because of the preaching against the Gentiles. And certain kings of the king means kingdom. Okay, so you're preaching against these Babylonian kingdoms that's not of the Lord, and also what? Judgment, the future judgment of the Gentiles. Verse 19, but when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour which you shall speak. For it is not you that speak it, but the Spirit of your Father will speak it in you. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. See that? So that is the time, according to prophecy, that we're fastly approaching. Great offense for the name of the Lord, hated for his name's sake, for the preaching of his word, and great offense. People not agreeing with your doctrine, not agreeing with your lifestyle, what joining forces with the enemy. All right. This is John 16:1. These things I have spoken unto you, that ye should not be offended. They shall put you out of their synagogues, yea, the time coming that whosoever killeth you will think that they do it God's service. These things they were doing to you because they have not known the Father nor me. But these things I have told you, that when the time shall come, you may remember that I told you of them. And that's what it's all about. This is why we constantly build our faith by reading the Bible, by studying, because exactly what we're reading now. when we actually experience and live this time, we'll refer back to what we read in the scriptures. This is the Spirit warning us. Don't get too caught off guard, or we not too shook in things like the rest of the world when prophecy come to pass, because what? We've been preparing. We've been waiting. We know because the word of the Lord has told us this. This is what Yahweh Shai is word to the disciples back then, all the way up into us, the believers today. See? Let's get 2 Timothy now. 2 Timothy 3:10. But thou hast fully known my doctrine. Now listen, this is Apostle Paul. Listen to this doctrine. What is his doctrine? Just listen to this now. But thou hast fully known my doctrine, manner of life, purpose, faith, long suffering, charity, patience, persecutions, afflictions, which came unto me at Antioch and Lycum and Lystra, what persecutions I endured, but out of them all the Lord delivered me. See that? Yea, all they that will live godly in Yahweh Mashiach shall suffer persecution. See? So this is Paul once again. He's letting us know what? All of these various forms of afflictions and persecutions he endured at Antioch. But once again, he lets us know out of them all the Lord delivered him. Okay, same with us, what we got to remember and stand fast. The closer we get to the return of our King, Yahweh Shai, our Lord, okay, the more these afflictions in various forms, okay, the personal trials, tests, afflictions in our personal life, even as a whole, as a body, as a nation, okay, a nation, Israel will start to be demonized even more. Okay, but we have to hold fast to the faith and remember what at the end of the day, the Lord will deliver us. All right. Let's look at Matthew 10. Not 10, I think I already bid now. What I want. Let's get Ephesians 3:13, because we had to hold fast, keep the faith no matter what. Wherefore I desire that ye faint not at my tribulations for you, which is your glorying. Now notice it says these tribulations is our glorying, because once again, what? It's a sign that the Spirit of the Lord rests up on us. Okay, for the fact that he's chastising us and allowing us to go through things early. The world, for the most part, is constantly rejoicing. Yeah, they go through things as further as like right now, the economy about to fall, collapse. So you hear people, you see it on these different various videos or social media, people crying about how hard it is to make ends meet to this or that. But besides that, okay, they get a little more money in their pocket tomorrow. Okay, they'll be satisfied here forever. Okay, they're not looking forward for a kingdom to come. Their eyes is not, the conversation is not in the heavens. So they're content with this world. Okay, our afflictions run much deeper than that. All right, let me read this again. It says, wherefore I desire that ye faint not at my tribulations for you, which is your glory. All right, this is 1 Thessalonians 3:3. Actually, I'm going to start at the top. 1 Thessalonians 3:1. Wherefore, when we could no longer forbear, we thought it good to be left at Athens alone. And I sent Timotheus, our brethren, and minister of Yahweh, and our fellow laborer in the gospel of Mashiach, to establish you and to comfort you concerning your faith. This is what these epistles are written for, to establish and strengthen us concerning the faith. Look at verse 3 though, that no man should be moved by these afflictions, for yourselves know that we are appointed therein too. See, don't be moved by these afflictions, the things we go through, these trials, these tribulations, these various forms of manifold temptations and afflictions. Don't be moved. In other words, don't let it shake your faith. You know it could feel like hell. We know we're tired of it. ready for it to stop, ready for it to end. Lord, bring the kingdom already. How much more? I'm sick and tired of the same rat race, run around every day, nothing new, same affliction, same persecution. We tired, okay? But once again, it's saying what? Don't be moved by that. Don't let it move your faith. The world is going to lose that. They already lost faith, okay? World is already going to say by the time Yahweh shall return, what is it going to be faith left on the earth? See? But it's for us, the word for us. Don't let those afflictions move you. Verse 4. For verily, when we were with you, we told you before that we should suffer tribulation, even as it came to pass, and ye know. See? And we're being told through the prophecy, through his word, what's to come. All right? Where else I'm going? Bear with me. I'm rolling through the spirit on it. Let's go to 1 Peter now. 1 Peter 4:12. It says, Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. See, oh Lord, what the world is this? I'm the only one. Why am I going through this? Why is this happening to me? Is the Lord angry at me? Is he punishing me? See, think it not strange. But look, verse 13. But rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of a Mashiach's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceedingly joy. For if ye be reproached for the name of a Mashiach, happy are ye. For the spirit of the glory of Yahweh rested upon you. See that? If you be reproached for the name of the Lord, okay, for your faith, and that comes in various forms, okay? That reproach can be the persecution that's going to come in the future, okay? Being demonized, being ridiculed for what you believe, for your faith. Oh, it's a cult. Hey, strange. Hey, this. All those things that be said, okay, that's secretly said behind our back. Some people say it to our face, okay? All of those things is a form of reproach. It says, if you are reproached for the name of the Lord, happy are ye. Let me read 14 again. If you be reproached for the name of a Mashiach, happy are you, for the spirit of the glory of Yahweh rested upon you, and on their part evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified. But let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody, or other men's matters. Yet if any man suffer as a Christian, okay, we know as Israelites, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify Yahweh on his behalf. Right? That's why the church, when you read these epistles, okay, the apostles, when they were persecuted in certain things, that's the reason why they rejoice, because they understood that. They understood what? The hell I'm catching for serving the Lord, the reproach, even the afflictions that we endure. Long as we had a faith in the Lord, all of that is a sign that the Spirit of the Lord is resting upon us. He's trying us. He's chastising us. That's a great sign. All right. For example, let's go to, let's look at Acts 5:40. Let's look at the apostles. And to him they agreed. And when they had called the apostles and beaten them, they commanded that they should not speak in the name of Yahushua and let them go. So they just preaching the word, okay? The apostles was put in prison for the gospel. They was beat, okay? In this case, they threw in jail, they beat them, and they released them. Look at 41. And they departed from the presence of the council, rejoicing that they were counted worthy to suffer shame for his name. And daily in the temple and in every house, they cease not to teach and to preach Yahushua Mashiach. See that? After they were put in jail and beat, they went on rejoicing that they were counted worthy to glorify his name. See, they understood. When we read these verses, talk about rejoicing, tribulation, and all of these things, that's why they understood. This hell we catching, this reproach, these afflictions we getting for believing on the Lord, all it means is a sign that the Spirit of the Lord rests upon us. People don't understand that today. See, go through a little hardship. Wait a minute, I'm serving the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Look like I'm catching more here. Exactly. You've been tried now. See, Satan left you alone when you was in the world, when you was serving JC and Christianity and the God and religions of this world. He had you. Now you came out of idolatry. The Lord woke you up to the truth. Now you're being tried a little bit. Okay? That's all that's happening. Endure it. Acts 14:22. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of Yahweh. See that? That's what we doing with these lessons, these videos. Every time you read your Bible, every time you listen to a lesson, the point is to exhort the body. It should be encouraging you to continue in the faith. That's the whole point of this lesson. Don't give up. Don't quit. Hang in there. Okay? No, we all catching hell in some way, shape, form or another. We all tired, but we have to keep enduring. We one day closer. The world just celebrated. What's today? Today is the world's new year. Okay? They call it a new year. According to the Gregorian calendar. Okay? They got all these resolutions, all these goals. For us, what does it mean? That just means what? We're one day closer to the coming of our Messiah. One day closer to all prophecies being fulfilled. So hang on. Keep enduring. All right? Let's see. Where else we want to go? Let's get 2 Timothy. 2 Timothy 2:3. Therefore, endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Mashiach. Okay? You got to endure some things. I know it's hard. This is what it's saying here. Endure hardness as a good soldier. Can you imagine a soldier on the front line that's fighting for you at first? I mean, he don't even get shot. Just a little bit of a mosquito or something land on him. I can't do it. He throw down the gun, start running the other way. Okay, you got to look at the same thing spiritually. First sign of attack, okay, we all being attacked in some way, form, or fashion. First sign of trial, or tribulation, or little affliction, oh, you forfeit, white flag. You start waving the spiritual white flag. I surrender. I give up, Lord. I can't do it. Okay, well, what? You're not fit for the kingdom. This is what we're showing you through this lesson. This is what the Bible is telling you. First sign of hardship or tribulation, you just faint. The enemy ain't even touched you yet. Okay, you're on the other side of the, way on the other side of the firing line. You're in a war. Soon as you see the opposing, the ops or whatever, you just faint, pass out. Not one shot been fired yet. Okay? Or one bullet ain't hit you, just hear it go out. Well, that's what it's like in the spirit. First little thing, trial, tribulate, test. Oh, Lord, oh, woe is me. I can't do it. It's too much. No. See that? Endure hardness as a good soldier. Yahweh Mashiach. Proverbs 20:14. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. See that? The day of his adversity is what? Your trial, your challenge, whatever that test is for you, whatever you dealing with, you faint. Soon as everything good, you believe, oh, I'm blessed, just like the world or the Christian church, all those cliches. I'm blessed and highly favored. Oh, the Lord. Then the first sign of tribulation, the test you go through, what? You faint. No, you've been faking the funk the whole time. See? If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. Okay? The Lord is using all these little things, tribulate what, to build us up. These little afflictions. It's like they said in the word, what don't kill you, make you stronger. Okay? No pain, no gain. That's any fashion of life, even from the gym. Okay? You're not tearing no small muscle tissues up. Your arm, you in the gym lifting, you're not building muscle. You're not getting stronger. Cardio. You're not running, you play sports, or box or whatever. You're not exhorting yourself to the point where you totally exhausted, tired. You're not going to build up your windpipes. Your lungs are going to be weak. Okay, we got to apply the same concept spiritually. You ain't ever been through nothing. You don't go through no type of afflictions or trials. You're going to be spiritually weak, period. Right? Let's look at a few more Paul's afflictions. This is 2 Corinthians 11 and 23. Are they ministers of a Mashiach? I speak as a fool. I am more. In labors more abundant. In stripes above measure. In prisons more frequent. In depths often. So Paul kind of doing a little boasting here. Okay, he say, I speak as a fool. He finna show you, hey, look what I done dealt with. Look what I done been through. Okay, in a humble way, but that's why he said, wait, I'm gonna speak as a fool. I know this ain't really humble, but he kind of boasted right now, telling you, you think, well, you been through, so look what all I've been through for the name of the Lord. Verse 24. Of the Jews 5 times received I 40 stripes, save one. Thrice was I beaten with rods, once was I stoned. Thrice I suffered shipwreck. At night and day I have been in the deep. In the journeys often. In perils of water, in perils of robbers, in perils of my own countrymen, in perils by the heathen, in perils by the city, in perils in the wilderness, in perils in the sea, in perils among false brethren. And that word pearls goes into like perilous times, talking about evil. I experienced evil in the wilderness, in the country, evil by the heathens, evil by my own people. Verse 27, in the wilderness and in painfulness and in watchings, often in hunger and thirst and fasting, often in cold and nakedness, besides those things that are without, that which cometh upon me daily, the cares of all the churches. So besides all these things I have to deal with, afflictions, Paul say also what? I still got to maintain the care of the church. I'm still called to be a prophet, to lead, to teach. Okay? Just like some of us. Okay? We go through all these various different things or whatever in our personal life or whatever. It might be on the job, family, whatever it may be. Some of our health, bodies, whatever. But up on top of that, what? We still got to maintain our ultimate call, what? The Lord called us feed the flock. All right? 29, who is weak? I am not weak. Who is offended? And burn not. I must needs glory. I will glory of the things which concern my infirmities. See that? Let's see. Let's go to John. This is John 15, 18. It's John 15, 18. If the world hate you, know that it hated me before it hated you. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because you are not of the world, but I've chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. Remember the word that I said unto you, that a servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will persecute you. If they have kept my sins, they will keep yours also. But all these things they will do unto you for my name's sake, because they have not known him that sent me. All right? And ain't none of us above the Lord. That's what it's saying. If they persecuted our king, how much more you think they'll persecute us? All right? Whatever if they listen to the Lord, they'll hear us. Same thing with the teaching scriptures today. Same souls or whatever that were able to hear the gospel, the true word, the same ones what they could hear, receive it today. Same ones mocked, scoffed, or hated, made the apostles, Yahweh Shah, all of them of old to be enemies for the word. Those are the same way they're going to mock, scoff, make us enemies in the last day. Okay? No different. But nonetheless, all of this is just showing you the afflictions of the righteous. Okay? We all deal with it. We all go through it, no matter what form it comes in. All right? This is Proverbs now. Proverbs 3 and 11. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction. For who the Lord loveth, he corrected, even as a father the son in whom he delighted. See that? Don't despise the Lord's chastening. That's what the world do, because they won't have understanding. They go through anything where they'll get a devil call. Oh, the devil really on me, this or that. Okay? You serving the Lord, you should have more sense than that. Okay? You serving the Most High. We go through things. That's the way we look at it. Okay, well, the Lord is chastening me. Okay, regardless of what it is. I'm not serving the world. I'm not living for the flesh. I'm serving the Lord the best of my ability. I'm still dealing with this. The Bible tells me why I'm dealing with it. Because the Lord is chastening me. Hebrews 12:6. Let me see on the story. Okay, this is Hebrews 12:6. For whom the Lord loveth, he chastised them. See that? Let me read that again. Listen carefully. For who the Lord loveth, he chastised them, and he scourged every son in whom he received. Going back to that furnace of affliction. Okay? Worthy men, acceptable men are tried in the furnace of affliction. If the Lord loves you, he's dealing with you, he's going to chasten you. Right? Let's look at this word chasten so we won't be confused. Let's see what it means for the Lord to chastise us. What was that, Hebrews? Let's see. It was Hebrews 12:6. All right. It's the word chastised. And let's see. Let me get it like this. To train children, to be instructed or taught or learn, to cause one to learn, to chasten or chasten with the words to correct, of those who are molding the character of others by reproof, by admonition of God, to chasten, listen to this now, to chasten by the affliction of evils and calamities, to chasten with blows, to scourge, of a father punishing his son, of a judge ordering one to be scourged. Who is the ultimate father? Who is the top judge? The Heavenly Father himself. So if we his children, he's going to bring certain levels of pain and affliction on us to scourge us because what? I want you to be better. Now let's go back and read it in Hebrews. So Hebrews 12:6 again. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and he scourgeth every son in whom we receive. If ye endure chastisement, Yahweh dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he who the Father chastiseth not? But if ye be without chastisement, wherefore all are partakers, then you are bastards and not sons. See? Furthermore, we have had sons of our flesh. We have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be subject unto the Father's spirits and live? See that? For verily, for a few days chasten us after their own pleasure, but he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness. No chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous. See? Ain't nothing joyous about going through those afflictions, those trials, whatever you dealing with right now. You believe the Lord. Is it joyous? Ask yourself that. Okay? Hell no, it ain't joyous. Okay? But at least you understand why you deal with it now. No chastising for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Listen to this. Nevertheless, afterward, it yielded its peaceable fruit unto righteousness into them which are exercised thereby. See, if you endure, you stay patient through the affliction, at the end of it, what? It's going to grow you. It's yielding that fruit, that peaceable fruit that's necessary for the last times. All right. Let me get this, because like I say, as a body, okay, we're about to experience another form of tribulation, demonization, Jacob's trouble, persecution of the saints. All right. Just the attack on our faith, just because of this word or what we believe. That's Revelations 2 and 20. Revelations, what is that? 2 and 10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. Now the devil, you gotta ask yourself, what was that? That ain't some red man underground with horns, okay? It's talking about Esau. Shall cast some of you into prison, that you may be tried, and you shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. See? Because we're endured. We hold fast to the faith in the end. We have the victory. See? Let's see before I close out. Let's get let's go to Baruch. Baruch 4 and 26. I'm going to start at 25. This is Baruch 4, 25. Baruch in the Apocrypha, chapter 4, verse 25. It says, my children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come up on you from Yahweh. For thy enemy had persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction, and shall trend up on his neck. My delicate ones have gone through rough ways, and were taken away as a flock caught of their enemies. Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto Yahweh. For ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things up on thee. All right, because the Lord is in total control. All right, so even as a body, okay, as the nation Israel, those of us who woke up know who we are, okay, there's a persecution according to prophecy of the Bible that comes with that, but nonetheless, okay, the Lord is saying stand fast to the end, okay, we win. Let me get this in the Maccabees, First Maccabees 6 and 6, because even during the time of Maccabees, right, when anytime my people woke up and knew who we were and we proclaimed Israel, those were war words in the ears of the enemy. All right, so it's Maccabees 6 and 6. Was the second Maccabees? Let me see. Okay, it says, neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. All right, so even in ancient times, the time of the Maccabees, you had some of our people who were put to death just for claiming our heritage, our identity as Israel. All right, nothing new under the sun. Okay, the last days, okay, very soon, similar things are going to happen again. Okay, but through all in all, I'm just trying to cover the total spectrum of things, whether it be our day-to-day personal afflictions we go through, or afflictions as the body, as believers as a whole. Okay, it's the same concept. Okay, we stand fast, endure to the end, but what is all written, is all prophesied. We get the victory. All right, and let's see. Let me get Luke 6 real quick. This is Luke 6 and 22. Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you, and shall cast your name out as evil for the Son of Man's sake. Rejoice ye in that day and leap for joy. For behold, your reward is great in heaven. For in like manner did they your fathers unto the prophets. See, so nothing new under the sun. Just like during the time of the prophets of old, Jeremiah, Isaiah, Amos, Ezekiel, all of them was spoken evil on, okay, by the world, by the masses. Okay, they were hated, they were demonized. Okay, the Pharisees, Sadducees, even the time of Yahushua came on the scene with the disciples. Okay, those righteous men were always considered, okay, that remnant. They were always demonized sects, cults, okay, little weird groups of this or that. Same way in the end, okay? The masses, Christianity, the world religion will never be demonized on the whole, okay? But what you will have is persecution of the true righteous, okay? Afflictions of the true believers, right? So, I just wanted to touch on that. I'm going to go ahead and close it out, but let that be a comfort. Okay, I pray that this was edifying and encouraging, and just know that as we move forward, okay, all of us, we truly believe in the Lord. We're doing this thing the right way, according to prophecy, according to these scriptures. The righteous will suffer those afflictions, okay, but we are promised victory in the end through the blood of Yahushua. All right, so keep the faith, keep enduring. Okay, so I pray that this was edifying. Until the next time, shalom. We out.